Hello, my name is Georgina Sear. I'm here to share with you a little bit of information about iridology. Iridology is the science of looking into the eye and identifying the fiber structure and its relationship to the health of the body. So your iris has live blood vessels that radiate out from the pupil, and they lead to different parts of the body like the heart, liver, kidney, spleen, and it also shows tissue conditions such as irritation and inflammation in the body. Iridology does not diagnose diseases, but it does allow you to see what you are genetically predisposed to and shows you areas of strength and areas that might need support, as well as tissue conditions such as inflammation or irritation. So I'm going to show you the three main types by color. We look at the color, but we also look at the structure. And so here you can see the beautiful blue eye is a lymphatic blue, and the beautiful sunshine colored hazel eye, looks like a sunset, is called biliary or hazel. And then the true brown iris has a beautifully smooth pattern of the fibers. It almost looks like velvet or a carpet, and that is called hematogenic in iridology. So each eye is absolutely perfect. We all have the ability to become healthier and to work with our bodies and to learn about life and how we live and what we create. So it really is about what you do with what you have. There is no good or bad type of iris or eye. Each eye is beautiful in its color and structure of the fibers. Each iris displays the complexities of the individual. Our iris shows predispositions to health, personality, and our response to the environment we live in. It's all about what we do with what we have. So the iris also does show personality characteristics, and that is actually another course that goes deeper into what helps us to be the way we are emotionally, and that's another course. But for our purposes here, we're going to go on to learning regular iridology that mostly concerns health issues. So in this case, we're looking at the identification of predispositions. We'll explore the different health tendencies for some of the iris patterns as well as the colors. And here we have the lymphatic constitution. People with blue eyes tend to be passionate. Depending on the fiber structure, they can be very determined, focused, or expressive and emotional. Physically, they tend to experience lymphatic immune system challenges and tendencies towards excessive mucus production and congestion, as well as tendencies to arthritis. They often have sensitivities with ingesting dairy, wheat, and sugar. So remember, these are all genetic predispositions, but it is all about what you do with what you have. So this is not to say that these people will absolutely experience this. This is just the research showing that these are tendencies for this type of eye. The next one is a lymphatic overacid, and that's a subtype of the lymphatic blue eye. It's a little bit whiter over the fibers. So if the blue eye has a more white appearance in the fibers, this reveals a tendency towards overacidity in the body, which might display itself by the person experiencing inflammation, irritation, arthritis, allergies, and kidney issues. Emotionally, they tend to want to get things done quickly. Okay, so the next type, and this is again a lymphatic blue eye, it's called hydrogenoid. Blue-eyed people with little round white dots that look like cotton balls have more of a tendency towards congestion, mucus production, and allergic response. Personality-wise, they tend to want harmony all around them, sometimes taking on other people's problems. So again, you have to look at the structure as well as the color to get a true picture. But these are just tendencies and just a little bit of the many, many parts that make up the iris and all that it has to tell you. The next one is again a blue eye, lymphatic, with a uric acid diathesis subtype. The cloud-like plaque of white in the middle of the iris shows a tendency for arthritic conditions and gout or gouty arthritis, as well as a tendency for kidney inflammation and possible stones. These people tend to be goal-oriented, almost to the point of becoming too rigid. And again, this is just that particular sign and what it tends to represent. And we have many other areas to look at for more detail of each eye. So this one here is the Scurf Rim. And the Scurf Rim, again, this is a blue lymphatic iris. If we notice the dark ring around the outer edge of the iris, these people tend to be driven with a drive to accomplish a mission. Physically, they have a tendency for dry skin, acne, psoriasis, or eczema. They could also experience poor circulation and cold hands and feet. So the next eye, this is again that hazel looking eye. It's kind of a light brown. In some eyes it's a more even shade of brown, such as this one, and some of them look a little bit like a sunset with a lot of orange in the middle and maybe yellow around the edges. Sometimes it can be a golden brown or a golden orange. This is called a biliary iris, and these eyes can be mostly focused on digestion and elimination. Okay, personality-wise, these people have the ability to look at situations in a multi-dimensional way. They tend to be problem solvers. Physically, they do have that tendency to digestive issues and gallbladder insufficiencies. And if there's a lot of orange, they can have some possible blood sugar fluctuations, depending on the color. And again, we're just looking at color. We're not looking at structure yet. So the next one is the biliary, which is again one of those golden eyes, you know, with the orangier in the middle and then yellow on the outside edges. So this is a biliary hydrogenoid, all of these wonderful new words that we're introducing you to. And so if you have the hydrogenoid, that is the little areas here, I'll see if I can point them out, where you can just see a little bit of mucousy looking little areas here, like little cotton balls at the outside edge. And so the biliary iris can also have a tendency towards mucus congestion, as well as the tendency towards digestion and liver and blood sugar issues. So again, we're incorporating a little bit more of the signs together to see the full picture. And iridology is not something that can be learned in a mere weekend. So I'm just showing you a few things that you'll learn, and there's just so much more, because you would be looking at this whole iris with each of these little areas here and what they all mean. So it's quite detailed, and it takes months, if not years, to learn well. So the next eye here is the true brown iris, and you can see that it has the really nice smooth fiber structure outside here. And so these eyes can be a medium brown to a very dark, almost black looking iris. These people have a tendency for inability to store essential minerals, thus often experiencing arthritis tendencies, low energy, gastrointestinal complaints, and sometimes gallbladder issues, due to the liver working to break down fatty foods. Personality-wise, they tend to be intense, inwardly or outwardly. Depending on the fiber structure, they may need to work with relaxation, movement, or being more flexible. Excuse me. The next one here we're going to look at is the true brown eye, and this has this white area around it. Okay, so this white area is a indicator of cholesterol. Okay, so we've called it here, the Iridology Research Association has called it lipemic diathesis. So it has to do with lipids and fats. Okay, so this is a brown eye with what is commonly known as a calcium cholesterol ring. It is suggestive of high cholesterol or blood fats in the bloodstream or high calcium buildup in the joints and tissues of the body. This is also called a ring of determination, and these people tend to be less flexible and like to do things in their own certain way. Okay, and again, we're just looking really at color. Now we're looking at structure, so we're going to learn just a little bit about structure, and there are 4 iris types by structure. The first one is neurogenic, the next one is connective tissue, the next one is polyglandular, and the next one is anxiety tetanic. Okay, so with the neurogenic, the fibers are tight and close together, as you can see here. These people have a tendency towards headaches and nervous system stress. They also tend to be a hard worker with natural drive. They're industrious and diligent. Okay, so we haven't considered color here, we're just looking at structure. And this structure, you can see how different it is. It looks like a beautiful flower. This iris pattern has tendencies towards connective tissue issues. They can experience muscle and ligament challenges, such as challenges with the spine and structural alignment. They're often very expressive, often the life of the party, and tend to be very sociable and entertaining. Sorry about the little typo there. I'll have to fix that. Okay, so the next one is the polyglandular, and this is again by structure. So you can see this looks like daisy petals around the iris, and they have tendencies. Now remember, these are just tendencies, but the tendencies are weakness in the glandular system overall, weakness in the gastrointestinal system, and irregularity of the bowels, glandular function insufficiency, digestive, pancreas, gallbladder, adrenal, pituitary, pineal, thyroid, parathyroid, and gonads, decreased hormonal or endocrine glandular function. So basically, it's the glands can get out of balance if, well, there's so many other factors to look at, so I'm not going to go into that, but it's just a tendency, and it depends on where these little things are in relationship to the body and on the chart. Okay, so the next one here is called anxiety tetanic, and this is, it can be in any color eye. We're looking at structure here, so this could be in a blue eye or a dark brown eye. We're looking at the circles here. They have little rings throughout the iris. They tend towards a type A behavior, driven and passionate about getting things done. Their health predispositions are tense muscles, jaw clenching, and possible headaches, with stomach issues often because of the intensity of their lifestyle. These people get a lot done. They're on the go all the time. So the next one here is a slide that tells you can see that no 2 eyes are the same. Each eye is individual and beautiful. Our eyes show us how we can better understand and interact with our bodies, our emotions, and our spirits. Iridology really has to do with the emotions and the spirit, as well as genetic health tendencies and personality. So you can see the different structures here where these people would be quite different with health issues and quite different in personality, and the pupil actually represents the soul, but that's another course. Okay, I hope you will join us in learning iridology. We look forward to having you in the course. Okay, bye-bye.